Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Here's another sales video on how to dominate sales and become a motivator in sales. So I'm about to show you that. Let's get into it. This is an 8-step process. So we're going to say how to become a better motivator in sales. And the first step is very important because this is what kind of sets the tone. So you want to remind your clients of how deprived they are of your service or product. So I'm going to introduce this with a couple stick figures over here. So first step is remind them we'll just say client. So them as client of how deprived they are of your product or service. And we're going to use a little stick figure right over here. And basically it's going to be a little person, right? Reaching for this thing with the bubble. And then here's your little product or service. I'm just going to draw a little book. So this is the first step. And the reason why it's important to show them how deprived they are is because at the end of the day, you're trying to help them. And so if you can get them to understand that your service is not only going to help them, but they're lacking your service and it's hurting their, whatever it is, their time, which we're going to get into this, but their time, their, I would just say struggles, it's hurting them in a certain way, shape, or form. This is why it's super important to remind them of how deprived they are, because sometimes they don't see that, and you have to motivate them in a sale in order to make them see that. And so this is very important. And moving into what I was about to talk about is 2, which is talk about pain points. So these both flow into each other, right? And the reason why first you want to remind them of how deprived they are is because it's a lot easier to talk about the pain points. And if you understand what they're lacking, you can pinpoint exactly what to give them. And so talk about pain points. So talk about pain points. And let's just use a little sad face with an X, right? So there's our little emoji. And like I was leading into, pain points are things that the client may not only know what they're dealing with, but you need to know. And that's why I was talking about how important it is to do research on your clients, because if you can target their pain points, say for instance like post-construction, their pain points are turnover time. It always takes longer than it needs to because their cleaning crews suck. Or quality of product. The quality sucks because the people don't use the right chemicals or equipment, and that's a pain point. And so I could go on and on about all these pain points, but the real thing is you need to find what your client is struggling with and how to target that. And so first in your sale, you remind them of how deprived they are. So you give them the runaround of like, hey, this is this. Wouldn't it be great if you could go and have a service that doesn't require you to do anything and get a great quality product? Yeah. Well, we know that multiple other cleaning companies struggle with this. And I know that y'all struggle with this through these other companies that struggle with this. relay it multiple times through what it is, and then you'll lead into a more motivated sale instantly. And so number 3 is help them see a bigger future. And so this is the whole point of sales, is to help them see a bigger future, which this is what's going to really help them see a bigger future. Because you're not only motivating them right now, in the present, but you're motivating them in the future. And this is something that is super important when you're trying to build a relationship, because you don't necessarily want to just help them now. Because most of your big clients want you to be there for them long term. And so I'm going to show you a drawing that I kind of came up with, which is a little snake man standing at the base, pointing up. You got the top of this mountain. This is the future. And so this is just a good representation of helping them see a bigger future. And you know what? I'm going to add something to this. I'm going to add some binoculars. Something like that, right? Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It's a little telescope. So you want to help them see the bigger future. And how you do that is you talk about exactly what your product gives them. And when you do that, you're not only making promises, but you're helping them understand where they're going to get and where they're wanting to get through the pain points. And so all of these stack inside of the sale. And so it's very important to understand not only just what your client is lacking, but what they're lacking and how can you help them get somewhere. And so it stacks. And so you need to be able to do this 8-step process by the time I'm done explaining it. So the next step is number 4, which is use emotionally charged language. And so we'll do our little thing. There's our little emoji so that you can remember. And I'm going to go ahead and star all these because it seems to be easier to remember things that you know are important. So use emotionally charged language. So when you're in the sale, you have to understand who the person is, right? So breaking it down, what they are deprived of, so you can help them see how they're deprived. Talk about the pain points, help them see the bigger future, and then doing all that, you want to use emotionally charged language. So wouldn't it be nice if this whole process could be hassle-free? Or wouldn't it be amazing if you could save more time? Like it really just builds when you add all this stuff in there, because this emotionally charged language fits right into these pain points. And so you use the positive side of the emotion to make them want to buy your service. And so that is where this 4-step process comes in on the front end, and then we'll talk about how you can be better. And so number 5 is speak with purpose, and I think that is sometimes misleading, because really at the same time that you're speaking with purpose, you have to understand that thing is really true. And so you don't only have to speak with purpose, but you have to speak with purpose and conviction. And so your purpose maybe to, sell them on this product to help them do something, right? Like I want to help change the cleaning industry. That's a purpose. But the thing is, you have to have conviction on that purpose. So this would be number 5, speak with purpose and conviction. So, speak with purpose and conviction. And this stick figure drawing, someone with his hands up. Ooh, he's got his mouth. Yeah. Whoa. It doesn't look as good as I thought, but you know what? He's got a big mouth. He's speaking with purpose and conviction. He believes in what he is saying. And so, the reason why you want to speak with purpose and conviction is because most of your clients that are long-term are going to know if you're the real deal or not. They're going to know if you truly care about the service that you're selling them. They're going to know if you really want to help them long-term. And so you not only have to be purposeful with how you go about the sell, but you have to have conviction, and you have to know that this product works. You have to know that this product is the best product that they're ever going to receive, and it's going to change their life. And that is where number 5 comes in. And that's really it. If you speak like that and you know your service is what you are selling it to be, you'll have no problem making a sell. And so the next thing is make them the hero. So this is step number 6. Make them the hero. This is super important. And let's do a little stick figure drawing. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. So make them the hero. That was actually really funny. Okay, so what it means to make them the hero is you're helping them complete something. So you're not doing it for them. When we come through and we do a post-construction cleaning and we help them get the project done, they're the hero at the end of the day to the owner or the client. And so there's leverage there. And what we've actually done, which this is kind of off topic, but I wanna suggest this, is try to work up in the levels of leverage. So who you work with. So there can be regular people, and then there can be GCs, right? Like I was explaining the last time with the different vehicles. There's those people, then there's the GCs, and then there's the owners, right? And so with the owners, you're still making them the hero because their product looks better than all the other owners, but they pay you more. And so basically what I'm trying to say here is, as a GC, let's just say GC level, we're doing a dealership, right? When we come through and we do a final cleaning and we make that dealership look perfect, we just help them finish their product for the owner. And so that they look good in the owner's eyes, so then they are in turns the hero. And so that's what you want to do with every single one of your products. The next thing, this is very important, number 7, which this falls into basically number 1. It is, are you ready for this? This is probably the most important part, because when you're a motivator, you have to find that thing that is causing them not to buy. So number 7 is paint the cost of inaction. So you want to paint the cost of inaction. And let me do my little drawing. It's a clock. with some 2 hands, down arrow, and big ol' frowny face. So, how you paint the cost of inaction is basically saying, well, it would really suck to have to go back to all the other cleaning companies and miss out on this great opportunity that we're providing you, because you're going to lose time, you're going to lose quality, and you may not be able to get as many gyms done that you want this year, because those days that you lose out on the time that we can clean it versus the other companies, that's what you're really wanting. You're really wanting those days back so that you can build more throughout the year, so that you can get that target project date hit. And that is where it's really important, because we make sure that that happens. And we guarantee that we'll get it on time, or our service is free for those days that we are working overtime. And so I'm painting the cost of inaction, but I did add something there. And that's what we do, though. We basically let them know that we're going to get it done in this amount of time, no matter what. And if we don't, the extra days are free. And so I not only paint the cost of inaction, right? Because the cost of inaction for them is the days lost on the project due to the poor cleaning from the other companies. And then I go ahead and I use step number 7 and number 3. I help them see a bigger future, which the bigger future is they get free service for every single day until we get the job complete. And that's on us, right? Because if we're not hitting our KPIs for operations, then we're not doing our job. And as a salesperson, I'm not doing my job. And so that's one of the biggest things. And then step number 8. This is how you basically sum it up. What you want to do at the end is close with a powerful call to action. And I think that this is super important, because it not only shows, close with a powerful call to action. It not only shows that you care about what you're giving them, but it gives them the opportunity to take action, right? Because you're not just giving them something and then walking away and not wanting them to take action. You're giving them something that they want to take action on, right? This is motivated selling. You're giving them something that you want them to take action on. And when you do that, you have to give them a call to action. So like, hey man, like let's set up a meeting, let's start getting this rolling. Like, I literally just do it plain and simple, right? My call to action is super simple. It's like, hey, I'm going to shoot you an email. I'm going to get you some pricing sent over. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's help you out. And then once you see how great we do on this project, we want to do all your projects. Super easy, right? And I target multiple things there. I have a great call to action. I not only make them the hero in that instance, because we're going to get their project done. We're going to help them get their project done, but I also help them see the bigger future. And then all of this stuff was talked about inside of our conversation before. So now they not only understand what we're selling them, they understand how they're deprived, they understand that we understand their pain points, they see how we can help them in the future. We use that emotionally charged language to further this along. We speak with purpose and conviction. They're like, wow, I know this man has a great service for us. Like, I just know from the way that he talks about it. Then again, we help them through their process, so we help them be a hero. We paint the cost of inaction, which is, do you really want to deal with all those other crappy, subs that do cleaning? And you're gonna have multiple subs do multiple locations, and the quality's gonna be off, and blah 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 blah. And then they're like, okay, you're right, sucks. And then close with a powerful call to action. Well, all right, if I'm right, let's get this thing going, you know? Let me shoot you an email. Let me get your information. Let me do all of this. Get us in contact with the PM. If you're not talking to the PM, let's go. And that is how you become a better motivator in sales. And so if you follow this 8-step process, you will in turn close more deals, baby. Oh crap. Okay. Well, you know what? I was going for all caps, but it didn't happen. But yeah, I'm going to let you look at that for a second and write it down. You know, figure it out. This is it. So, I hope that y'all enjoyed that. It's kind of early in the morning, so I may have been a little off in the beginning, but it is what it is. No cuts. That's how this channel works. If you liked, please subscribe to my channel. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And I hope y'all have a great day. And I look forward to seeing some master salesmen out there. So, thank you for coming to learn how to sell like a G like me.